An American revolution in talk TV is here. NRA News, Cam and Company on Sportsman Channel.
I want to welcome in studio the president of the National Rifle Association, David Keene. David, how are you, sir?
I'm great. Good to be with you.
It's good to be with you. First of all, let me just ask you a very open-ended question. Your thoughts on what happened in the U.S. Senate and some of the remarks we've heard from people like President Obama and Mayor Bloomberg afterwards.
Well, I think that obviously the Senate analyzed the proposals before it. We've always felt that if they separated the emotion that the president was trying to use to force through his agenda and they started to look at it, that we'd fare much better than a lot of people thought was going to be the case, and that's exactly what happened. So that the president and his supporters were not able to get the votes that they thought they were going to get. In fact, they lost Democratic votes that they thought they had in the bag. And it was really because people began to analyze the potential consequences of some of this legislation. This battle's not over, as the president has said, but the fact of the matter is that that gun owners and citizens in this country are beginning to be heard. And from the beginning, I've always said, that politicians can talk about a lot of different things, but when it comes to the end, they pay attention to what their voters say. I guess Max Baucus put it best when asked why he voted the way he did. He said it was one word: Montana. That's where he's from. Well, the Senate voted the way it did for one word, and that's America, and America's gun owners and America's believers in the Second Amendment and freedom. I do say, and I will say this, and I was saddened in some ways by the way the president reacted to all of this. It seems to me to be unseemly for a president of the United States to have what amounts to a temper tantrum because of a legislative defeat on national television. I don't question the depth of his belief. Mm-hmm. I do question the way he went about trying to achieve his policy ends. In a free society, you don't do that. In a free society, you don't say everything your opponent says is a lie. Mm-hmm. The fact of the matter is, and I've been asked this question, well, the president said that the NRA lied about these things. I said, I've been in this business for a long time. If you're involved in public policy advocacy and you go up to the Congress or the Senate and give them inaccurate information or lie, you'll never be invited back. Your long-term credibility depends upon your being able to analyze things truthfully and give them information on which they can base their votes and their positions, because if they get out on a limb because of misinformation you gave them, that's the end. Mm-hmm. And the NRA has been around for a long time, and we pride ourselves on the research, on the work, on the analysis we do. Now, we reach different conclusions than Barack Obama's people do on these things, but that doesn't mean we're lying. It means we're coming at it from a different place, and I just think it's inappropriate in the kind of society we have for a president of the United States to do that. It's one thing for some third-level operative to say things like that. I mean, they say politics ain't beanbag, and it ain't. But the fact of the matter is that presidents are supposed to be above that.
NRA News, Cam and Company, Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sportsman Channel.